Hey, you guys. Good morning. Welcome to another.
Morning.
They look so happy. They look so happy to be here.
I'm so happy to be here.
That's
Oh, sorry.
Prince Akeem in the building. All right, you guys, hang tight for me.
Take the garbage out. Number 2, take the lead. Take charge. Don't take possession. Don't take captive. Take the lead. Take charge.
I think a lot of things in life would be avoided. Nonsense, curves, darts, whatever you want to name it. I think a lot of stuff in life would be avoided if we use more honesty. Sometimes it's easier to tell a lie than to be honest with stuff because people can't take truth.
Any and everything is a learning experience. Trust me, even today, you're going to go through something. You're going to deal with somebody, and you'll have an opportunity to learn from it. Or you can just hang your head low and not get anything out of it. You know, in life, it's a constant learning experience. If we're listening, you're seeking understanding, you'll learn.
All right, and welcome back. Hey, y'all.
Hey.
What's going on? Everybody's sharing. What's up, Michael? What's up, Lisa? And so I have to emphasize her name now. We've been,
Yes, Lisa. Lisa
So-
in the building.
if I say
Not
Lee,
Lisa.
don't feel
Lisa.
bad. Yeah.
Lisa
What's up?
in the building.
What is going on? Happy Thursday. We've made it this far.
Praise the Lord, everybody.
Praise the Lord.
Praise the Lord, everybody.
Praise the Lord.
See,
Praise
80,
the Lord, everybody.
Praise the Lord.
Everybody, praise the Lord. Clap your hands, everybody.
Praise the Lord.
see, 80s sound like me when I try to say.
Praise the Lord.
I'm just so, yeah. Praise
the Lord.
So, welcome everybody.
Classic men's choir. Praise the Lord.
Yeah, well, you know, that's how those tenors do. They sing just like that. So, welcome everybody to another episode, another Good Morning God Bless by the Brothers Legacy. Yes, your man Terry. Right on. I always get it point wrong here. Right here to my right, your left, Pastor Brian, and down below, of course, AD. Welcome in the building. All right. So do me a favor, guys. If you guys are watching this on Periscope or Facebook, make sure you share this broadcast out to your timeline because I'm sure one of us is going to drop a nougat or two before the show is over, and we don't want to miss that nugget. Chicken nougat.
All right.
All right. So today's topic is men and social media. How has social media affected men and puppies? Apparently, because she's going off in the background. That's your dog, right?
Again.
It's okay. You ain't gotta mute yourself because it changes the whole dynamic in my ear when you mute yourself. Anyway, how has social media affected men? AD, this is your topic, man. Roll with it. What's up?
That's the question. So, how do you guys feel like
Okay.
it is? You know, and we all know, like, on the outset of social media, you know, when it first started and all the parameters and everybody kind of figuring out, you know, why your dog will get louder as you talk like a kid, you know, they just get louder.
Yes, okay. You're calm now.
Anyway, so as we navigate social media and people jumping in and jumping out, you know, because some people jump in and had a past and their past began to catch up with them because people were able to find them
right
on social media, you know, and then some people jumped out of it because of that, you know, like, okay, people are beginning to find me that I never wanted to find me ever again. Wow. You know, of course, that's both men and women, but we're talking about men today. And then coming back in after, you know, 10, 15 years of past, and it's like, all right, that's past. Right. I'm married. I'm together. Everything's straight, you know. So how do you feel like it's affected, you know, in the married life and the single life, but more or less because you guys are married and I think we've, at least I know for me, I spent my married time in social media. How do you guys feel like it's affected your life as far as your connections and the things you've learned, the conversations that you've had with many other people, and how do you navigate in social media? How has it affected you, if that makes sense?
Okay. Well, let me start, if I may. That's Brian.
And I just want to point out that the barking is not mine.
The barking is mine too.
That's Cooper.
That's Cooper? I'm glad you clarified that, because I was just going to get ready to say.
Because some people like, brothers are these dogs.
Why is Cooper barking like that? Okay. So
go ahead.
I will start. Social media is one of those things that if you aren't in tune with you and know who you are, I'm just speaking of from Terry's point of view here. If you're not in tune or have a firm grasp of who you are, social media can engulf you.
Yeah.
And how it affected me for a long time was because I was in a place of lonely for a minute, and so social media was that scapegoat. And so you had all of these, these groups. And see, some of y'all that's in here probably won't remember Yahoo Chat back in the day.
Oh.
And see, Brian like, no. Yeah. Hey, Yahoo Chat started this whole thing. Facebook, Periscope, Yahoo Chat, and you didn't have video, but you could be audio, and you can go in these groups. And I wasn't in tune with myself, and so you got engulfed in these groups. So Yahoo Chat is just an older version of Facebook groups. That's all. Right. And then you go in and you can actually chat with the people in the groups, and have a chat session. Sex is easily available as well. So if you're not, like I said, if you're not rooted or in you, all it takes is for you to go into one group or to go to one page and right. You're engulfed. So if you're not, as a man, it affects men. If you're not in tune with who you are, it will change your whole dynamic and thought process about gathering with people. Social media is crazy, man. And then people be lying on you and stuff. Like, what y'all lying for? Them lying on me. People hating. Memes, pictures, and don't let nobody, like AD's point a little while ago, don't let somebody have an old picture of you.
Right.
And we get in that place where we say, like, we say for real, and then somebody throw up a picture. And somebody throw up a picture of when you was not saved.
Right.
Just to pour salt. Hey, right. V, good morning.
Good morning, V.
Man.
Right.
And they just they'll post up stuff just to be petty. And I'm that guy. If I have a picture,
you're that guy.
No, I'm not. Don't let nobody tell you. I'm not. It may seem like it, but I'm not that guy.
Right. But I think a lot of, it's funny that you say that, right? Because like back in the day when Facebook was like really open, where, I can tag you, it'll show up on your timeline. Like there was no security. There was no way to approve of stuff. And, it was just open season. Someone started attacking. They just, other than blocking and unfriending, there wasn't much that you could do. I think at least a lot of the security and the parameters have changed. So if someone gets malicious, you have ways and protection from it just getting out there and causing a lot of unnecessary drama in your household over something that you're not doing. Bringing the drama into your house and you're just like, I'm not engaging in this. They're just dumping it on my timeline. And now that you can protect yourself from that, because something like that happened and I had to block up, I was like, oh man, thank God that, there are certain protections in the Facebook world, and social media world that can kind of protect you from that. So Pastor, I see your wheels churning.
Yeah, his brain.
Where you kind of want to jump in.
It's interesting to hear that. I never had that kind of issue with social media, and I don't know what that says about me, because I definitely had the drama growing up. My first experience with social media was classmates.com. That's
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Exactly. Yeah.
my immediate motivation for social media was the fact that it got me in touch with people that I grew up with.
Right.
So that was, if you look at my friend list today, I probably have, 700 of my contacts are the people from my hometown.
Right.
Right. And so, and the rest of them are people through ministry or people that I know in my local setting or family. So it's friends from my hometown, my local setting, and family, or people I know through ministry. So it has also, for me, social media has always been about the reminiscent aspect, the ability to reminisce, the ability to go back and touch people that I haven't touched in a long time.
Right.
Now we all got our childhood history and all of that. There were, I had to learn. Yeah, V, you with me? I had to learn early on when I first got on. There was a little, hey, how you been? Oh, you married? Happily married? What's really going on? I get all that stuff in the beginning, and I was like, whoa, wait, and in the beginning, at first you're like, oh, not checking. What? I had no idea. All this time, you go through all of that. But then I found out it could be really dangerous.
Yeah. Oh,
right? So I got on Facebook in the beginning and got off because it got crazy. And then I waited a couple of years and got back on, and then but I came on with a different mindset. And so that was it for me. So a lot of it was just the ability to, my family in California, in Philly, and Mississippi, and all of these things. That's what it was for me.
Right.
But again, during that quiet time, I heard all the stories.
Yes.
Right? Yeah. So I was saying to myself, I'm like, man, either I really scared some people back in the day, or I really wasn't that bad, because nobody ever put me on blast or anything like that on social media.
Social media is a great place because you have websites like Farmers Only. You don't have to be lonely. And everybody has that.
Right.
It is crazy, but social media. I mean, I can tell you stories of how many times I've gotten caught up from social media because, for one, I didn't have like I said earlier, I didn't have a grip on who I was, and I was kind of just flailing in the wind, and I was just doing whatever. And I got myself caught up, inboxing people, because now you have the whole thing in the inbox now. So we just we gotta be on nobody's page. Let's take it to the inbox.
I have a cousin in San Diego, man, who has a rule. She's really beautiful, and she says, she put it on her page. She says, if you inbox me and I decline or I reject you, please don't inbox me again.
Right.
If you inbox me again, I'm going to put you on blast.
Yeah. That's the thing.
On social media, right?
Yeah. Hey, Crystal.
But do you know people are knuckleheaded enough to do it, to try her?
The Chronicles, man. The Chronicles. I'm telling you, they're coming. But it's crazy because women have now taken their power back. So, fellas, if you're watching, and she says, and I think this is one of the first episodes me and AD did on the Brothers of Talk, is that maybe she don't want you. Think about it.
Right.
Stay out of her inbox.
Right.
That
was the first one.
And don't come and don't go back in it.
Right.
Because the answer no is kind of universal. It's no matter what you shake it, no. You say it no verbally. I don't think there's no version of no in any language. I noticed that.
Social media has exposed narcissism.
Right.
With men.
Right.
And crazy, yeah, that's true.
Well, I'm saying, but I think all of that goes together.
Yeah,
it does. I call it living for the likes.
Right.
When you consider, I was looking at a post. I put a picture of my I think it's my profile picture, and it's like a picture of me like this,
it is. Yeah,
right. But the thing is, every time I look at it, I'm like, man, you're so vain because my wife didn't take that picture. I did.
Right.
I'm like, I'm holding the camera out like this, and
You took a side selfie. Oh,
I took the side selfie. And I was going to take it down because one day I was looking at it and I'm like, man, that is so jacked up. Because to me, like selfies aren't even real. Like if I want to see like a side, if I want to see how my beard is growing or if I need to shave, whatever it is, I do that. Right. Oh, hey, ain't that sweet? Hey, sexy. How you doing? Oh, she talking.
Hey, Kimmy. I haven't seen Kim. Kimmy's never been on one of them. Hey, Kimmy K, what's going on?
I look on social media and I look at, and you're right, like with men.
Greg's in here. What's up, Greg?
You look at men's profiles and you look at how many selfies men take.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I get it with the women, but men out here snapping selfies like they're on a photo shoot.
Yeah, I don't take any selfies. Hey, Sam. I'm bad with selfies. I take a couple at work though. Yeah. But
I'm bad with photos altogether. Sam can probably attest to that. Hey, take a picture. She be like, oh, it's about to be bad.
Well, to Pastor Brian, to your point, I mean, you took that picture of you because you knew that was your good side. So you didn't take it on. It's all right. You said he takes too many. Oh man,
I don't have a good side, man.
But social media has become a thirst trap in most cases. That goes on both sides, men and women.
Right.
And the women got to be careful because they'll take a picture, and if it looks halfway provocative, somebody in her inbox. What you say?
She said, "My daughter says I don't take selfies the right way. My wife is horrible."
Tell Alexa to go ahead. Tell her quick. Wait, V, ain't your baby name Alexa too? Alexis or Alexa, Lexi, something?
Oh, Sam said he takes too many. Too many. You tell me 80 takes too many selfies? I don't believe that.
Nah.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta be careful. That's
you don't see him.
Wow.
Ooh. we have to Alyssa. I don't know. That's right. I'm thinking it was Lexi, but that's AD's daughter, Lexi. So I get it.
Lexi.
But you got to be careful, fellas, because just because a woman puts up her pic of her and it's she's proud of her body, she's that does not give you cause to jump in her inbox. But as a man, again, back to my point, if you don't have a firm grip, you'll be dead smacking that inbox like what?
Just
too
about.
many pics, period. He's trying to put everything on social media.
Just about. I'd wake up in the morning like, what's up, world?
Well, that's the other thing, I think
she's vlogging now.
It tells a story, right?
Yeah.
Social, obviously, men give a lot of themselves away on social media. Yeah. I've learned that there's a vast difference between men on social media and women on social media.
Yeah.
Because women are very diverse. They're very dynamic. You can be, a shade of gray, a shade of pink, a shade of purple, depending on what day of the week it is the color's going to change.
Right.
With men, you're going to tell exactly who you are on social media.
Right? Yeah.
And that's just the truth.
And
so you have to be careful, what I, and I'm in IT. So what most people don't understand is that there are algorithms set up on social media that completely tell a story.
Right.
So you have to be careful with what you put out there. That's just the reality. And I'm saying that a lot of men are being exposed on social media.
Right.
That's just the truth.
Real quick.
And you can't hide it.
Real quick before we go any further, listen, if you don't know who you're rocking with the Brothers of Legacy. Good morning, God bless. Roundtable discussion this morning. Listen, if you are on my Facebook, and I don't see Periscope, so I don't know what's going on over there, but please tap your screen, make sure your favorite number charts. If you're on my Facebook, because I haven't seen one thumbs up, one heart to flow on my Facebook. Let's get it together. These things are free. You in here, you diving into the content. You rocking with us. Go ahead while you're here. I'm just saying. Keep yourself occupied while you're here. Go ahead and tap on some thumbs up and some hearts. Yeah, man. There you go. Somebody listen. I love it. That's probably V. Love y'all. But yeah, it is. Social media is so crazy, man. I remember social media back when it was back in MySpace days. And then when you first joined MySpace and you got Tom as your first friend. Life was so innocent back then. When you just had Tom, life didn't get crazy until you started adding people, right? What's up, Lauren?
You know, it's so funny that you say that. I remember Mark was my first friend too on Facebook. Remember, if you jumped on 2006, 2007, he was your first friend. He was like, "Hey,
hey, how are you? Hey, man, I'm just exploring. You got to tell him I'm just exploring, man. What's going on? What's happening there?"
I hated MySpace.
On your page and says, "Hey, how are you?" You get really, really nervous.
Right. Like what? What's going on? But you have to be. You know how you guys are always saying you have to be intentional,
right,
with everything that you do,
right. And
when you're dealing with social media, Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, any of that, you have to be intentional.
Right.
What your message, your goal, what you want to do.
Right.
One thing you can't be on social media is vague, because once you're vague on social media, people are like,
yes,
what side of the road he on?
Right.
We don't.
But you know what? I don't think it really matters. I mean, there are people, no matter how vague they are, it's who they are.
Hey, Alicia.
Right. And I'm learning that not everybody who joins social media, a lot of people, like social media gives you a platform that you otherwise would not have in life.
True.
Mm-hmm. Right. You can be anybody that you want to be on social media.
Right.
And the great part about it is you can completely 100% be yourself.
Yeah.
And that's it. And you know what's amazing is some of the silliest people out there just being themselves, and they're some of the most popular people on social media.
Right.
And they're called catfish. So that's where they get that catfish. They catfishing. What you catfishing me for? Keep it real. I mean, but
so for men, I don't think there's a such thing as. Obviously, we tell people all the time to be careful, right? What you put out there stays out there, and all of that kind of stuff. When I got off social media, got back on, I was able to go back and everything I had put out there. I deleted my page and all that stuff. Went back and got my page, and everything was right where I left it.
Yeah,
and I was like, "Whoa,
right,
that's scary."
It is scary. Like,
So I think there's huge advantages for it. But I think that, there's pros and cons, obviously, because the pros of it is you get to reach an audience that you otherwise would never have access to.
Right. That's true.
The con is you get to reach an audience that you would never have access to.
Right.
Because to Terry's point, if you're not conscious, if you're not careful about what you put out there, it's coming to haunt you.
Right.
Regina Buford. Hey, Regina.
Yeah. She's out of Illinois, too.
Okay.
So
Illinois, KKT in the house, K3 in the house,
K3 in the building.
Oh, so my question, right? So with everybody getting on, so she said, "Boo to Illinois." Yeah,
I don't know what you're doing. She's always
never again. With would you recommend everybody being connected? You think it's a better advantage to be on social media, at least to have an account, maybe not have to be like super active, but at least have an account to be connected, because so much happens in the social media world before the regular media even knows. Yeah. So at least you'll be kind of there with a fresh word or a fresh knowing of the events, as opposed to knowing about it, a few days later. I know like the media now is constantly patrolling social media, because now they're putting up what's trending, what's out, because before they were like a week behind, but social media give men even more ways to pretend to be.
I knew Chris was coming with something.
Yeah, right. But
so Isaiah.
So, do you feel like everybody should at least be on to some level, to some degree? They don't have to post their whole life but at least be connected.
Do you think social media should be mandatory?
Mandatory is a strong word.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But I feel what you're saying.
Essentially, that's what you're asking. Do you think everyone should have a profile on social media?
Yeah, voluntarily, but you would like a strong recommendation, would you say? How you guys feel about that?
I'm no.
Okay. What would you say?
What's up, Isaiah? Peace and blessings unto you, sir.
You can choose to play sports or choose not to play sports.
Yeah.
Right.
It doesn't make you any less athletic because you're not on the team.
Right.
Some of the most gifted athletes in my neighborhood weren't even on the high school team.
Right.
But everybody knew they could ball.
Right.
So I'm saying, we used to read the newspaper.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Your source for social makeup is your source. I think you pick and choose whatever your source is, whatever your platform is. True. Some people use their church as their platform. Some people use their
I was speaking to one of my people that came in.
Some people use the college as the they live and breathe through their college connections.
Right.
So your platform is your platform, and I think that for those people who live in a smaller world,
right.
Do what works for you.
True.
There's people who are completely anti-social media who don't have a clue about what's going on, but they don't care.
Right. That's true too.
They're called introverts. I totally hear what you're saying.
That's not true.
Not necessarily. Yeah.
What's up, BJ?
Necessarily.
We're just asking about you, brother.
Not necessarily. Oh, I think they just it's a certain reason they've chosen not to participate in the social media world. I mean, I will say, from what I see from my limited view, it seems those that are probably I'll even say maybe like 40, 45 plus that have opted out, there may be some younger as a minority, and there may be a growing group, but it's just from what I see, like it's the older that's like, I don't want to fool with it. I don't want to mess with it, especially those that have seen the garbage from the early days of social media. I think that is what turned off a lot of people, the garbage and the issues it brought into the house and things of that nature, old dirt being dug up, some people just like, I don't want my past.
If you're a dog, you're a dog.
Right. Right. He said social media equals the devil. Yeah. So,
I know a lot of people think
okay, Bobby, we shave, Mom.
Yes, I've heard that quite a bit.
Yeah.
But
a lot of people come to social media to kind of dump just nonsense and lines.
Right.
And so I had a friend just yesterday. She posted up on her Facebook that she was going to delete Facebook because it gives her anxiety. Coming online gives people anxiety, especially now in the age of COVID and all that. If people are like, no, I just don't want to read it, And I can dig it. I can dig it. I mean, every time you put on Facebook, you're reading a statistic, or you're reading bad news. You're reading this. I mean, just like the
but you can turn on MSNBC, CNN, Fox, and see all the same stuff.
Yeah, that was and just like here in Idaho, the big news here in Idaho is a lady up in Boise. I think she was in Boise, and she was at a park. Her and a bunch of her friends. The park was closed. And she wanted to get arrested, so she got arrested. And so now she's the big news here in Idaho because I'm not sure if you heard about it, but I'm sure you will. I think we're gonna talk about that today on the brothers. But if I find the article, we'll talk about it today. But yeah, she got arrested because she wanted to be arrested. And see, it's stuff like that, and they plaster that crap all over social media.
What does that mean? She got arrested because she wanted to be arrested?
No, because it's a closed park. In quarantine, you're not supposed to be out.
No.
Oh.
So the park was closed.
So she just trespassing, basically.
So her and I think it was her and like 5 different sets of parents it was them and their kids, and they were all in this closed park. And the cops went up to her and say, "Hey, you guys can't be here because the park is closed." Da da da. And so she was like, there's a video of her saying, "Am I being arrested or being detained? You going downtown to take a ride?" And so, I mean, and I hate to say it, she won't black, but nonetheless, and all that stuff was not. We don't do that. First of all,
we don't do that.
First of all, ain't no black folk. Okay. Allegedly, shout out to Lise. There are only a few black folk. That's not, so they're not like that here. It's just not.
But do you know what I find ironic?
What's ironic?
The question of am I being arrested or am I being detained? She probably got that phrase from a black person.
She probably did. I'm not even gonna doubt that. She probably did, because there are some black folk in Boise up the street there where I live. Not like where I live, but up in Boise in the city. Yeah.
No, I mean like through social media.
Yeah.
Probably.
There's something go down. They're supposed to ask these particular questions to.
Right.
So another thing about men and social media. I've never seen so many men take such good care of their faces. I mean, they detail with that stuff these days, man.
Right.
Men are doing as much as women are doing with their appearance these days.
Yeah.
That's just the truth.
It is.
You know, when they open this up, I wonder how many men are going to beat women to the nail shop.
Yeah, and you can tell because they'll come on and they'll hit go live and they'll sit there in the camera live.
Yeah.
Before everybody else come in, like,
hey. But
get my face right. Gotta get the face
I'm not trying to knock it. I'm saying, brothers, do your thing. You know,
just more attention to detail with grooming.
Yeah,
but where's before like, just a good shave.
Women like that stuff. I guess they're really starting to like that.
BJ said it was suspect.
I'm sorry, man. I
suspect.
I love it. That's my son. That's my son right there.
It's a little suspect.
He was raised right.
But speaking of being stupid on camera, do you guys feel sorry for the racist couple that got kicked out of school? Did you hear about that?
Huh?
Did you hear about that?
You feel sorry for the racist couple? Oh yeah, the one in here in Georgia.
Were they in Georgia? Yeah,
they were in Georgia. They were in
they did a
Carrollton, I think. No, or where was it, Sam? I forgot where.
You mean the girl who can't handle the outcome of such an unsmart decision?
In Carrollton, yes, it was in Carrollton.
Yeah.
That was stupid. They did a race. So for those of you that are probably listening to this right now, there was a couple, and there was a racist couple. They did a racist TikTok.
Yeah.
And that's why TikTok, social media, here we go again, right? So just on TikTok, and they did a racist rant about, and using the N-word and all that.
Let's make a N-word.
Yeah, let's make, because there's been a lot of people doing like how to make a good man, how to make a good woman.
Yeah, how to make a nigga no father. Yeah, it was stupid. It was stupid TikTok. Yeah. And so they got kicked out. Right, they got kicked out of school. They got expelled.
Right.
They lost their, scholarships or whatever for college or whatnot. She came in first, initially apologized.
Right.
It was like, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to do this. I didn't mean to do that. And then she sent out another message speaking her real truth. And she said,
Too late.
You're right. Hey. And then she came out and spoke her real truth and said, these N-words done mess up my future.
Right.
First of all, young lady, we didn't do that.
Right.
You walked into your mirror with your racist boyfriend and said that. But it's stupid stuff like this.
Right.
That will.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you something.
It's stupid.
A year from now, no one will remember them.
Right.
That was this week's stupidity.
Right.
So to feel sorry for somebody like that is to feel sorry for the person who got caught stealing a pack of bubble gum when they were 9.
Right.
I mean, Who cares?
Right.
The only problem is when you get exposed on social media, you get exposed to 1 million people. Right. But it doesn't have any more impact or anything than it would if you expose it to 5 people. The reality is it was this week's news. A week from now, there will be some other idiot out there doing something stupid. So why am I going to pressure myself with trying to evaluate whether or not this is a good person? You did a dumb thing.
Right.
And now you need to be careful about who you connect yourself to.
Right.
That's all about social development.
Yeah.
That's what that is. So there were 2 people in that video.
Right.
And we don't know who the idiot was. Right. To me, there were 2 idiots in the video. One for leading the charge, and the other one was dumb enough to follow.
Yeah. Because when she first came out and apologized, she threw her boyfriend under the bus.
Oh.
But if you go back and watch the video, she was the ringleader. She started. Right. If you go back and watch it.
But the thing is, there was no leader in the video. Somebody had to hold the camera.
Well, she
it wasn't her talking, it was him talking.
Hold the camera for it. Yeah.
Right. You can. That's the thing. You can take. Siskel and Ebert made critiquing film famous.
Right.
Yeah, they did.
You can take and look at a video and build a narrative any way you want to based on somebody's behavior in the video.
True.
So nobody knows who was in charge that day by looking at that video. Right. So I'm saying what happens in social media is we take a look at something and then we run with our narrative.
Right.
There's a reason why you go into a courtroom. There's a prosecution and a defense. Right. If you listen to the prosecution long enough, by the time they get through talking, like, hang him, send him to prison. And you turn right around and listen to the defense long enough, like, I can't believe they charged this person with that. Everybody can build a narrative. We've been doing that since the beginning of time. There are 4 gospels in the Bible. Everybody tells a different story, and they're all talking about the same Jesus.
Yes. Right.
Hey, Cheryl. Good morning.
Right.
Blessings to you, Cheryl.
That is true.
Yeah, like Cat Williams. What Cat Williams say? Shut up, Siri. That's not what I want.
Siri's listening.
I'm telling you, she is listening. It's like Cat Williams. It's like listen to the defense long enough. They were like, what do you say? He murdered somebody. Murdered who? That's gonna. I know that for 2 weeks he wouldn't do that.
I can't believe it. I can't believe
that.
What's up, Cheryl? Thanks for coming through.
Yeah, but social media, man, it's just it can be a messed up place. It's a messed up world if you don't use your social media platform for good, then you kind of just
right. But it can also be the greatest blessing. Social media has reunited lost family members, people. It's done so much for people. Social media has created multimillionaires.
Yeah.
Right. People who otherwise never would have been discovered have been discovered because of YouTube.
Yeah.
Instagram, Twitter, whatever.
Right.
So, again, if you don't have an identity, if you don't know who you are, if you're not comfortable in your own skin, social media doesn't make it better for you.
It doesn't. Yeah. That's how you become a catfish, because if you don't have a social identity, then you'll make one up as you go. And so, this is how catfishing started. Ask Neve about it. He'll tell you. He did a whole series on it on MTV.
Yeah.
All right.
Who did?
Oh, Neve. His name is Neve. It was a catfish. The catfish guy.
Oh,
it was a movie first, and then he did a series. But all right, so we're gonna go ahead and get out of here. We want to thank you guys for your support and all that, and coming through and saying hey, and doing all the hearts and thumbs up and the hearts on Periscope, which I can't see. On behalf of your man, Pastor Brian and AD down below. Before we go, I got a couple of announcements. One, today is Thursday.
Yeah.
So if you follow this show, today is the Brothers Who Talk. So make sure you come through. Say hello. We go live at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Facebook, Charm City Direct TV. I love doing that show with AD. And on today's show, we have Dr. Walter Sims.
Yes.
Will be on today.
Dr. of Smiles.
Ooh, the mentor of motivation, pastor of FCOP. We'll get into all that. You'll know what FCOP is. You'll be like, what in the world is FCOP? But you'll find out. You have to watch the show. The show. And then next week, we're going to have Mr. Wickers Anderson. Wickers Stuff Up will be on next week.
Yes. Yes.
So this week, Dr. Sims. Next week, Felix Anderson. So come through, join us at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Also, this one down here at the bottom, and his lovely lady Samantha, they do a show called Purposeful Forever. And they go live on Mondays and Wednesdays on Facebook.
Yes, indeed.
So make sure you go ahead and follow them as well. Pastor Brian, if you don't follow the Solomon's Temple, he's got it right there behind his head there. Go ahead and follow that particular page on Facebook.
Yes, indeed.
Solomon's Temple Ministries on Facebook. Follow them. He has Bible study on Tuesday, worship Sunday, preaching on Sunday. So he preaches on Tuesday too. So yeah,
I'm not out there every 5 minutes with something. I apologize. God gives me a word, but
and also you guys, but the Brothers Who Talk.com coming soon is being built as we speak. As soon as I give my web design a kick in the butt, it should be done in the next couple of days. But BrothersWhoTalk.com is coming soon. All right. So with that, we out of here. You guys have a great rest of your day. Don't forget to join us today at 11 o'clock. And be blessed and bold.
I got one public announcement to make.
Oh boy.
For the men who have not mastered social media yet, please, this doesn't work. I'm trying to get on the social media. Back up off the camera.
He told my two Teddy.
Please back up.
We out of here, man. You see you guys tomorrow. All right.
Bless you.